All right. I don't know how long this is going to record for, but this is a pretty interesting show that I thought all you kids might be interested in. How Facebook could be part of the problem, if it's not already. And other important things.
Okay, let me tell you about Mark Dice, a media analyst, social critic, political activist, author. Just mentioned his book, Big Brother. He gets people to question our celebrity-obsessed culture and the role of the mainstream media and how it plays in shaping our lives. Mark frequently kind of stirs up the pot with his controversy from his commentaries, protests, boycotts, and has repeatedly been featured in major media outlets around the world. Here he is, first-time guest, Mark Dice. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Pretty good. We're going to get into some scary stuff tonight, George, but if we don't face it now, it's going to be an even bigger nightmare when it actually comes and faces us right in our face.
It is scarier than Hollywood movies, isn't it?
You know, the reason I call it the Orwellian nightmare is because it is a science fiction-like movie that we're seeing unfold here in regards to the advanced technology, the privacy-invading technology, the Orwellian corrupt government programs that have reached a level of corruption that I don't know if we've seen in history before. We have the social structure, the control of information, a perpetual state of war, the personification of the party or of the president, these telescreens, microphones around every corner and everyone's cell phone. We can get into a lot of this stuff that people have been worrying about, and now a lot of it's here, George. And I have patent numbers for patents that have been fully authorized for some very creepy technology that only has sinister applications.
When George Orwell, Mark, wrote his book, 1984, a lot of those things, because I remember I was 34 years old then, a lot of those things he had written about hadn't occurred. And a lot of people said, it's not going to happen. He's missed it. He may have missed it by some years, but he was right about what would happen, wasn't he?
Yeah, the reason we're talking about this, when we use the word Orwellian, some people may not even be familiar with it, is a reference to the author George Orwell and his classic novel, 1984, originally published in 1949. So this is decades ago, and this is such a classical piece of literature around the world for multiple reasons, because it really seemed to capture the social structure and society at the time, and the fears, the deep-seated fears that maybe we all have about what is possible with a corrupt, out-of-control government and advanced technology. Now, when George Orwell wrote this book, that a lot of this audience, a lot of people are familiar with, again, this was 1949. I mean, there's no VCRs, microwaves, none of this stuff. Yet he was able to clearly articulate a lot of the technology that we have and to show how it would be used by an oppressive government to mentally enslave the population, to keep everybody in a state of fear, to shape the society, to destroy family relationships, to paint foreign countries as enemies, the erosion of the language, and then just the basic morale of society. And so I don't like to make comparisons in what we see in reality in our lives and in